Here's a Father's Day recipe for you. How about some peach glazed baby back ribs with a homemade peri peri on top that'll just blow your dad's mind. This is a great recipe. Check it out. Today we're using the BSTRD grill. I have it set to 275 and we're gonna cook these baby backs indirect. The first thing I'm gonna do is pull the membranes off the backs of these ribs. I'm just gonna take a dry paper towel and I'm gonna grab the membrane right from the center, and then I'm just gonna pull. See how that comes right off? We don't want that. All right, let's get these trimmed up. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the heavy fat and some of these longer bones, fattier bones off the end of the ribs. Not too much trimming on these. Just gonna clean them up a little bit. Okay. These look really good. Take a little bit of this stray meat off here. If there's any heavy fat on these ribs, we're just gonna take our knife and run it sideways and get any heavy fat off. But these things are ready to season. We're gonna dust the bottom side, the bone side first. And at first we're gonna hit it with some chipotle garlic butter. And this is gonna give it a real nice salt and pepper. And a little bit of that chipotle pepper to give it just a touch kick. And then we're gonna come in with alpha rub. This is gonna give us that quintessential barbecue flavor. It's gonna give us beautiful color. And these are gonna cook up to a mahogany color. And we're gonna get these things on the grill. And now we're gonna dust the meat side. But first, we're gonna get a little bit of avocado oil on these to use as a binder, just a touch. Now that we got our ribs dusted up, they're gonna sit here for about 40 minutes, and then we're gonna get them on the BSTRD. All right, let's go ahead and get these ribs on. We're cooking 275 indirect. While these ribs are cooking, I want to show you guys how to make a peri peri sauce. And a peri peri sauce is made with peppers and cilantro and olive oil and garlic. There are dishes that are made in Africa with this sauce. There are different versions of the sauce that are made in Morocco and Portugal. So I was inspired by this peri peri a few years back at a restaurant, and I kind of created my own version of this. And it's not quite as spicy as the original, but it's going to add a great kick, and I think it's going to go really well with these peach glazed ribs. So in a blender, I'm going to take 6 baby bell peppers. I like the tri-colored peppers. We're going to take 4 big cloves of garlic. Okay. Now, these African bird eye peppers, this is what's used in the original peri peri sauce. I'm not using a lot of them. I have about 4 or 5 of them soaking right here in water. We're going to add that. They're very small, but they pack a punch. And then we're going to use 1 red chili pepper, jam it on in. We're going to use a little bit of sea salt, probably about a tablespoon. Now we're going to add cilantro, a little bit of lemon juice. I'm going to say probably a teaspoon or 2 of lemon juice. And then we're going to add our olive oil. This is about a half a cup of olive oil. All right. Now we're going to get this baby on there, squeeze it down. Here we go, folks. Watch this. All right, here is our gorgeous peri peri sauce. Whoa, that smells good. All right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I have my foil down. I'm gonna get the ribs off the smoker. I got some butter down, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do next to wrap these ribs. My ribs have been cooking for 2.5 hours. They're at about 180 degrees. And I have butter down. And then next thing I'm gonna put down is Heath Riles brown sugar honey habanero glaze. So we're gonna get some of that down right on the foil. This is gonna add really nice sweet and spicy flavor to these ribs. And then to add to our peach theme, we're gonna put some peach nectar now. So a little bit of peach nectar. All right, and the last thing we're gonna put on here is a little bit more alpha rub. We're just gonna put that right on the foil. And then we're gonna flip these ribs over, meat side down on top of all that goodness. And then we're gonna wrap them up. Okay, we're gonna get these babies wrapped. These are going back on the grill for about another 25 minutes. And then we're gonna feel them to make sure they're perfectly tender before we pull them off and serve them. All right, let's get these ribs out. We'll get them rested. We'll glaze them, put them back on the pit, and then we're gonna have some peach glazed ribs with peri peri, if the dog doesn't eat them first. Our ribs are rested. We are gonna glaze these ribs with peaches and brown sugar sauce and a little bit of Heath Riles brown sugar honey habanero. We're gonna glaze these ribs. Let's glaze these babies. Woo! Look at that. Look at these beautiful ribs. All right, we're gonna dust them with a little bit of alpha rub, finish them. Just a light dusting. And that is gonna melt right in. It's gonna melt right into that sauce and give us a gorgeous peach glazed baby back. Here's the ribs. We've been cooking for about 3.5 hours on the BSTRD at 275. We glazed them with the peach sauce. And now we're gonna get a little peri peri on them to finish them off, just to make it a little special, a little spicy for Father's Day, okay? All right, check this out. We're gonna go boom. Look at these ribs. Look at that rib right there. All right, a beautiful baby back. We'll get a little peri peri on them. See that? Let's dig in. Man, let me tell you, if you want to add some spice to Father's Day, cook these peach glazed baby back ribs with peri peri. Happy Father's Day, all you guys out there. Cheers from Bobby T.